this rumor we're starting. This is, what is his name? Fahim Anwar. Boy, do I lower that. Boy, do I hate this Fahim. He's one of these Comedy Store guys. This is our inspiration for this little prank we want to do on Joe Matarese to celebrate his new special. Fahim Anwar is one of these comedians. He's this guy. You seen this jerk around? It's really not working. You know, he's been around forever. This is the guy you hear Tony Hinchcliffe. Oh, Fahim's a killer. One of the best, one of the greats at the Comedy Store. I mean, all the Comedy Store comics, they always talk about Fahim Anwar. And he's still doing it every day. He's been doing it for almost 20 years now, it seems. And it's just not going well. He came out with a YouTube special that, in fact, did get suppressed by YouTube. Somebody told him it would be okay that he could say whatever he wants on YouTube. And this is when, remember, all the comics are like, dude, YouTube is the new place we could self-fund and do our own specials and blow up on our own. Well, yeah, if you censor the hell out of it so that you don't get age-gated or restricted, which is what happened to Fahim in a video called My Special Got Hit. Yes. Listen to this. I love this. And this is the inspiration for this prank that I'm setting up here for Joe Matarese.
So I just released a stand-up special on YouTube. Maybe you've seen it. If you have, thank you. If you haven't, check it out.
Listen,
this is like an actual business model. If you're not a Netflix guy, if you're not one of these people,
this makes me sick.
YouTube is an alternative route to reach people. And I've had a lot of my friends and peers have success with the YouTube release, like Sam Morrell, Mark Norman.
The COVID-19 YouTube release? Joe Rogan.
Joe List, Ari Shaffir recently. Stavi has a great YouTube special out there.
Those guys are all big. Isn't this funny? So every comedian now is like taking out these big loans and borrowing money from investors to get these YouTube specials self-funded, thinking, oh, I'm going to get 13 million views and be the next Shane Gillis or the next Stavros. Stavros is out there. He signed away a deal to the devil to be where he is. You know how many appearances Stavros has to do to be where he's at? Same thing with Mark Norman. You're not prepared for that. But this is what they think. They think this YouTube special, that's why Denny's doing this. Josh Denny is this guy right here, thinking all you need is the special, and then boom, you're famous. Listen to this,
success with the YouTube release.
I love this.
Sam Morrell, Mark Norman, Joe List, Ari Shaffir recently. Stavi has a great YouTube special out there. Shane Gillis. So that's kind of a blueprint for
killers, monsters,
stand-ups to get their stuff
murderers
out there when like the Netflix pipe isn't there for you, or the Comedy Central, which is like that's not really relevant anymore, but back in the day it was.
So the should YouTube take model a Comedy Central
is a model, and I did it successfully with my last one. I wanted to do it again with this one, and it got dinged. And I did all the things you're supposed to do. I dotted my I's and crossed my T's. So
he took all of his. They're all getting advice from Ari Shaffir now on how, because they're like, Ari, you're a loser who's terrible at stand-up. How did you get 12 million views? Oh, follow my lead and you will reach Paradise Valley along with me. And he's been giving these people like the most bogus advice, telling them they could say anything, it'll all be fine. So this guy goes out, he spends all this money, puts out a special, and then he gets dinged.
Talk to people who have done it before. Ari Shaffir,
yes,
he's a friend. He released his special on YouTube called Jew.
Ari fucked
Check
him.
it out. That's not me, but he named it that. That's not. That's not. The special's called Jew. Okay, that's him.
What's your special called? Gaza Strip Guy?
Great special. Check it out. So he was helping me out because he's been through it and giving me some advice. And
his advice. Ari Shaffir gave him advice.
My contact at YouTube as well. There's a guy there who actually, I think YouTube likes that comedians are using YouTube as a platform to self-release specials. So they're cultivating that relationship. And this guy is kind of a liaison between stand-ups and the platform and best practices and stuff. So I would talk to this guy quite a bit leading up to the release just to get information and like what to do, what not to do, just to give your special the best chance for success. So there's a joke in my special that I was concerned about from the jump, my director as well. It's the Ninja Turtles joke. If you've seen the special, I'm paraphrasing the joke, but the broad strokes of it, it's that Donatello has a weapon that's the hardest to kill people with. It's just a bow staff, which is like a big stick.
Hasn't somebody else done that joke? That's like a very hack joke. You should be ashamed.
I feel like they make that joke in the Ninja Turtles movies
Donatello
every time.
has the joke that got him banned from YouTube or restricted was something to do with Donatello's got a step. Meanwhile, Leonardo's got a sword. Raphael's got size, and you're sitting there with this. Oh, yeah. Good one.
Look at his
For him to kill somebody, he would have to snap and just go insane. He would just be bludgeoning someone to death with a bow staff. And I just do this act out of like just splattering a guy with the staff, and he's just seeing red. And so I'm in.
Sounds like a hilarious joke.
It's like, Splinter, I don't know what got into me. He said purple is for, we'll substitute the word baguette.
Okay, so you thought you could say faggot on YouTube. Okay, you thought wrong, idiot. And this kid's never used a word like that in his life. Ari was like, dude, make it edgy. Go crazy. It'll be great. Yeah, but you can't say like faggot, can you? Dude, do it. Do it. It'll be amazing. Call Donatello a faggot. Age restricted, day one. So I want to use this as inspiration, and you could even use this video. It's called My Special Got Hit.
That video is so funny, by the way. He does this whole thing about how he re-uploaded.
It's really funny.
And labeled the original as the uncut
yes.
version.
I mean, it's a
all this
mess.
Stupid shit.
He totally
and
got
he
fucked.
still got like 200K views. He was just mad that he didn't get 2 million like Shane.
Exactly, yeah. Which he would have never have gotten. But very funny story and a great premise to scare Joe Matarese. So this is what you could do. If you're one of these guys, I know a lot of our guys are constantly in contact with Joe Matarese. Go, dude, yeah, Redbar discovered that your special got age restricted, and that's why the views are so low. Apparently, there was some part in there. I'm not sure what it was. I don't remember what Mike said, but there's a part in there that got flagged by YouTube for violence or sexual violence or something like that. Something involving a child or something. I don't know. And then he's going to go crazy trying to figure out which part to edit and re-upload. Really? Tell him it's been age restricted, and we've verified that. Thank you. Are you ready to see some of this stuff? Because it is the best special out there. It is amazing. It's an incredible special.
Mike said the special would be huge if it wasn't suppressed. He said it's so funny.
This special would be huge. I mean, he's only got 900 views. It's been 2 days.
More.
And he dumped a ton of money into this. Now, I don't know the full story, but apparently he borrowed money from his manager under this idea that, if he makes a self-funded special, he's going to get 1 million views and we'll make all the money back off the YouTube ads. He really thought this. So we borrowed, what was the number? We were hearing numbers, $100,000? There could be more. I mean, he really went all out. He rented this venue. I think he might have even rented the audience, to be honest. I think he filmed this as if he was hiring a studio audience for a show. Like, I think he went about it like that. Like he went about it like he's filming a movie about a comedian. And so maybe all the audience is like actors. Really? But he went all out. You'll see this here. Let me play the intro and you'll see his set. You'll see he really put a lot of money into this. I don't know if he's ever going to get an opportunity like this again. All this just to be suppressed on YouTube. There must be something you need to edit out. Go find that part and fix this, Joe. Here we go. This is the intro.
Why me?
So why me?
Oh my God, I love
He's looking at a cassette tape. So this is going to be one of those when I was a kid specials, which I love. I love that type of humor. Back in my day, we had tapes. Now, we've got CD and MP3s, whatever. So here's this opening. He's looking at cassette tape here.
Fuck. Why me?
taking a pencil. Ah, the old trope of trying to fix the cassette with a pencil.
1 minute. All right, I'm coming.
All right. He's trying to fix it. Is that the Mullets and Mixtapes, the title?
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the star of the show, the one, the only, Joe Matarese!
Hell yeah. Wait till you see this. Woo! He's on top of the world. He's really soaking it in. Listen.
All right, sit down. We started late. How you doing? Woo! Welcome to Mullets and Mixtapes. I guess it says it all, doesn't it?
I like that. You don't hear that enough. Welcome to, and then the name of the special. Welcome to Mullets and Mixtapes. The name says it all. I like that. That's old school.
Woo! Welcome to Mullets and Mixtapes. I guess it says it all, doesn't it? Yeah, man. I grew up in the 80s, everybody, and yeah. Yeah, man. It's hard when you grew up in that time and you're raising kids now. It just gets frustrating.
So about now, I'm going, oh, this is going to be fucking dreadful. You know, just like every other stand-up special we have to watch, this is going to be so boring. We're going to want to turn it off in 10 minutes. Nope. At the 10-minute mark, it actually gets incredible.
The first thing that really comes to mind for me is my daughter, who's in grammar school, 5th grade, and you take a kid to grammar school in 2022,
This year's opening.
man. And you grew up when I grew up. Like, they got something in her school called Popcorn Friday. Yeah, you're going, what's that? I know. Fucking Popcorn Friday. They get a little bag of popcorn, right? They walk into a DJ in the parking lot and they dance their way into grammar school, right? Yeah, right? And you grew up in the 80s, you were like, what the fuck, right?
This is going to reveal here. He's reaching in his pocket.
Right? Like the
Because
best we had when we grew up was like, we had like scoliosis day, right?
okay, it's going to be a slideshowed event. You see this? Yes. So in his pocket, he's nervously holding this little clicker, and he's going to do a PowerPoint presentation, and it's all going to be, in my day, we had this, and today we have this. In the most glorious way possible. What's our first time code here?
You could go to like 6 minutes.
Okay, 6 minutes. Here we go. Let's see what this one is. 6 minutes. Okay, this is good. Here we go. This will give you a taste of what kind of material we're looking at today.
That would put a millennial into some downward spiral.
It gets good.
Right? Yeah. They couldn't handle that shit. They'd have a gun in their mouth, right? Mom and dad walk in the room.
See, that's a good part to be like, I don't know, it could have had something with the gun in the mouth part. You know, what's so funny, and you could hear when you start hearing this audience, when you start hearing these bits come to life, like we will in a second, you'll notice something about the audience. It's a rather older sounding crowd. You hear a lot of, you could hear the heft, you could hear like it's 50s, 60s, people in their 50s and 60s, boomers, as you would call them. And they absolutely love the back in my day material. But Joe Matarese, for some reason, takes it like one step too far. He doesn't like really know his audience. And then he'll throw in something like truly like distasteful about sex, or like he'll use the word cunt or cum or something like that. And you'll see they're like laughing at these wholesome bits about back in my day. And then he'll be like, with cum all over. And they're like, so we could easily get him thinking, Joe, you kind of took it too far during one of your tags with the put a gun in my mouth or cum or one of the, you'll see some of these vulgar things coming up. This first bit we're going to see, it's some school bus material, just so you could get a taste of what we're dealing with.
What are you doing? He's like, I gotta go the other line. Kid can't even bend far enough to scratch his stupid man bun. He's just like, so close. darn it, man. And the kids, especially my daughter, I mean, she won't even take a school bus to school. I don't know if your kids do this. They won't take the bus. I go, why won't you take the bus? She goes, it's too hot. It's hot on the bus and smelly. Hot and smelly. Like, no shit, it's a school bus.
Yeah.
They've always been hot and smelly, right? There's no air conditioning on a school bus. There's only one person on that school bus who's not hot, right? And it's the school bus driver, right? Because he's got that oscillating fan, right?
And then he's showing a picture of that fan.
Yes.
So this is the type of stuff.
The 3-inch oscillating fan mounted on his dashboard, so his left eyebrow had icicles on it.
Okay.
Every other kid was trying to get the school bus windows down, right? I was trying to, they would go down like a 1/4 inch. I can't breathe. It's so hot and smelly. I can't breathe.
Okay, now this could have possibly gotten you flagged as well. Let's hear that again. Now imagine if somebody clipped this out of context and says, white comedian mocks George Floyd death, and then plays,
it's so hot and smelly. I can't breathe.
okay, that could be white comedian mocks tragic death of George Floyd.
I was trying to, they would go down like a 1/4 inch. I can't breathe. It's so hot and smelly. I can't breathe.
Yeah, that could get you suppressed, mocking George Floyd. They really don't like that, especially on Twitter. You know, if it's, they'll believe that that's actually what happened there. This is one of these specials, and I suggest doing this if you've got 4 or 5 friends. Saturday night, you guys are sitting around, passing around that J, man, smoking some of that shmee. You sit around, you watch a special like this together. You're going to have a very good time. This is one that really brings laughs. You could do this in a group setting, and I think everybody would be very pleased.
You want to hear one that I laughed at for real?
Yeah.
4820.
4820. Let's hear another example. Which one is this? 4820. Okay. Let's see.
Oh, I didn't figure that shit out again in my 40s, right? In my 40s, all of a sudden, I started taking Adderall, right? Whoa! I can read! What a nice thing to be able to do. This is great. My whole life, my brain was like a wiffle ball, right? Trying to read, I'm just like, nothing on that page. Nothing again. Zippo.
Nope, I'm starting to get on a hinge.
Now
there.
one little Adderall pill. I'm like, ooh, this book's good. Wow, this George is so curious.
Yeah, so you can't talk about Joe Matarese without mentioning his crippling Adderall addiction. It's really led him down a bizarre path in his adult age. He found Adderall. He loved the effects of it, and he just went crazy. I mean, he might be one of these guys who's up to 90 milligrams a day. He talks about it all the time. It's no secret. You could tell in the special, about 20 minutes in, he timed out his Adderall. You know, you could tell he timed it out. He starts getting this grimace.
I feel like at 2825, you can see it kicking in.
2825. Look at this. You could see right about, so you could tell, and I know a guy like this, I've even heard him talking about this, planning out the Adderall for his shows, which is a big no-no. You really can't be funny on Adderall. If you don't believe me, ask Tana from Cancel, Tana Monjo, because she takes Adderall for all these events thinking it's going to help her out, and it really makes her like serious and not funny and boring and kind of almost depressing and negative and focus on negative. So Joe times this stuff out and he takes the Adderall. You could really see when it starts kicking in. Let's see if we could catch it here at 2825.
Awesome. We're going to get along. We're so alike. No. You don't want to be like the person you're with, okay? I've been married 17 years. You know why? Because my wife's nothing like me, all right?
Show closer.
My wife has a PhD in neuropsychology, and I do this shit, okay? Love, exciting and new. Come aboard. It's the Love Boat. Yes, yes.
Oh, you can really see that big Mike grimace. We've seen this before. Look at that. I mean, that's really something else. Oh my God, he's clenching. He's really. Oh,
yes, yes.
Ooh, yes.
Nothing alike, man. You ever been around a couple that's alike? They're a nightmare, aren't they? Especially if they're both chatty. There's nothing worse.
So he starts really feeling that euphoria kicking at 28, 25. All right, what's our next code here?
Oh, I'm just trying to pick the very best.
Sure.
I'll go to 4905.
4905.
I'm into his music material.
Yes, I like this one. 4905, amazing music. Okay, yeah, look at this. And he's geeked by this point of his special.
People are saying he's making me smile.
This one gets me annoyed with our teenage kids. This one, I don't know if your teenagers do this one, where they get in the car and Bluetooth their music into the car stereo. What is that one, right? They don't even ask, right? You'll just be listening to like James Taylor relaxing. Carolina on my mind. I'm going to Carolina. And then all of a sudden it's like, motherfucker, motherfucker, N-word, N-word, motherfucker, N-word, N-word, motherfucker.
Oh. Whoa.
I said to my son, I go, what's... He goes, oh, that's gunfire. Oh, okay, good.
I love him.
Glad we're learning something here. This is educational. I like it. I like it. It's freaking gunfire. Just doing that. Could you imagine when we grew up, if we had enough balls to reach over our dads?
He's on fire.
He's on fire right now.
1972 Buick LeSabre bench seat. Just stick your arm over it and start changing the stations, looking for Kool and the Gang celebration while he's listening to Sunday with Frank Sinatra. Right? You'd be pulling a bloody stump back to the back seat.
I remember that. Cheers to Joe Matarese.
People are saying this was the most watchable special I've seen in years.
I'm telling you.
This is hilarious.
5 friends, get a group, go, guys, you got to see this comedian. And this could really blow up if viewed that way. You know, Zoomers love laughing at these old guys. This could really be something if marketed the right way.
People want something that's super light.
Super light, super easy to digest, and so foolish at the same time. Give us another one here, Jules, because there's some incredible parts.
Go to 4415. I like this part too.
Okay, let's see this one.
And
to
grew up in a different time, man. In the 80s, you know it. I'll be honest. I miss littering. I miss it. Right, guys? We grew up in a time where you could take a whole bag of McDonald's drive-through trash, right? 60 miles an hour on the turnpike, just like, woo!
Same minds.
Someone might have honked at you, but it was just to let you know, hey, great throw, buddy.
Yeah, he's doing this littering bit. Wait till you hear what you have to do now. So back in his day, you could throw the bag of fast food out the car window. I've told you that 100 times. We would go to Wendy's almost just to do the littering. You'd get as much Wendy's as possible. You know that trash that comes after Wendy's. Sometimes you got to fill 2 kitchen garbage cans, simple humans, with all the trash that comes from just one order of Wendy's. Oh, yeah, we would toss that thing out on the highway. You know, listen to this. He's got it dead on. Listen to this.
Might have honked at you, but it was just to let you know, hey, great throw, buddy. Really.
Listen to what he compares it to now.
We played games growing up, too. Not just games.
Oh, wait, was he going to talk? I wanted to hear about the difficulty with the trash cans.
Oh, I think he said that right at the beginning.
Right at
go
the
back,
beginning.
Go back to
so
like
let's
44.
see when it appears.
Yeah, like
these
there.
trash cans.
Yeah.
Listen to this.
How about this one from growing up? This one annoys me. I am sick and tired of trying to figure out which trash can to put my trash in.
What?
I grew up in a different time, man. In the 80s, you know it. I'll be honest. I miss littering. I miss it. Right, guys? We grew up in a time.
Yeah, that's the beginning of the bit. Yeah, I love that where he goes, I'm sick of these trash cans. Paper, plastic, regular trash. Oh, how could you even figure it out? That's my favorite type of humor. All right, what's the next one? We're definitely going to do the
5410.
5410. Let's see what this one is. 410. I don't see that here.
Oh, I accidentally wrote it as 4410,
okay.
but it's that one.
Oh, this one's pretty good.
If you snuck in against the grain, you know what I mean? It would be like me being at what's that guy's name? Frickin' something Malone. Post Malone. It'd be like me being at a Post Malone concert hoping they do Sweet Home Alabama. She knows. I know you do. But you would like Rick Springfield, man. Jesse's Girl? Come on. Transcends. You can't be in a bad mood when Jesse's Girl comes on the radio.
Watch it.
You could be leaving a funeral, crying, tears rolling down your cheeks, right? You get in the car and you hear ding, 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 ding. You're like, Jesse is a friend. One who is a good friend of mine. Wiping tears lately, some change. It ain't hard to define. Jesse's got himself a girl, and I want to make her mine. Watching with those eyes.
Okay, that's quite enough of the Jesse's Girl. That was really... Look at him go here with the Jesse's Girl. Now that was music.
My wife in tears lately, something changed. It ain't hard to define. Jesse's got himself a girl, and I want to make her mine. And watching with those eyes.
What's this?
Go listen to that song. You realize how many times he goes, I wish I could have had. I wish I could have had Jesse's Girl over and over. I wish I could have had Jesse's Girl. I wish I could have had her. How do you think Jesse felt the first time he heard that?
I mean...
Right?
But
I know there was a moment where he heard it on the radio and was like, what the fuck? He couldn't call him right away because there was no cell phones, right? He had to wait till he got home on a landline. Maybe make a collect call so he could afford it, right?
listen, he's lit and he's really feeling it. I mean, he's so fucking happy. When he finds out this is getting age capped, age restricted, age capped, whew, I feel bad.
Maybe make a collect call so he could afford it, right?
Look at him.
He got Rick on the phone. Rick's like, hello. He's like, hey, what's up? It's Jesse.
Look at him. Look at him.
Yes.
He's like, hey, Jesse. Did you hear it? Yeah. Not cool, bro. Back off. She's my wife, buddy. Let's go. Right? And how insecure was Rick? He was such a good-looking dude, right? Great looking, right? Every woman in the world loved him back then, right? He was on General Hospital 5 days a week. He's a rock star and a soap opera star at the same time. And he's like, I wish I could have had her. Like, all he had to do was walk up to her and go, yeah, Jesse, get the fuck out of here, and walk away.
I've always thought somebody needs to break down that song because there's a lot of holes and inconsistencies with this whole Jesse's Girl.
I just remembered a part we have to show.
Okay, yeah.
740.
Okay, let's see this.
You're going to think that it's repeating, but you missed a good part.
Okay. Oh my God. Okay, so this is, we were looking at this part where he was talking about the school bus, right? And how in his day, the driver had that oscillating thing. We couldn't breathe. Remember that whole thing. Watch what happens right after this horrendous George Floyd tasteless part that he does.
Oh, shit. It's too hot and smelly.
All right, real quick. If you're enjoying my special, I would love it if you could just hit that subscribe button.
Wait. Look what really happened. So we're watching the special. We're chilling. We're dying laughing at this George Floyd bit. And then this happens.
Smelly! I can't breathe! Oh, shit. It's too hot and smelly.
All right, real quick.
What
if you're
the fuck?
enjoying my special, I would love it if you could just hit that subscribe button.
Have you ever seen anything like this?
Share it with some friends. That could help my career so much. All right? Could you do that for me? That would be awesome. All right.
That would help my career so much. I've never seen anything like this. I love it.
He's apprehensive. He's not sure if we're actually going to do it.
And I could see him toiling over this decision. Do you think we should, cut it up where I break it and go, guys, you're right here anyway. Subscribe, please, for the love of God. As if this is ever going to...
Could help my career so much. All right? Could you do that for me? That would be awesome. All right, that's all I wanted to say. Now let's just go back to the special.
Fuck yeah.
Then you go to their their playground, right?
Here we go. Listen
How about
to this.
their playground now? This thing, right? Everything's plastic. Everything's safe, right? There's not a sharp edge anywhere on that thing.
Okay, so we're entering the classic playground bit, okay, where
Essential.
we all know this one, right? Back in their day, the playgrounds were dangerous, right? And now, what is this ground made out of? Rubber? It's this. I think we've heard almost every comedian do this on a podcast. Surely we've heard Joe Rogan say this. Whitney Cummings, I think, says this every week. She loves stuff like this. You got to hear Joe's playground bit. It is actually more predictable than you'd assume. This is what I mean. If you told someone this was a parody of a guy making fun of it out of a guy, they would go, it's too low-hanging fruit. That's too easy. Listen to this.
How about their playground now? This thing,
I love
right?
this bit.
Everything's plastic. Everything's safe, right? There's not a sharp edge anywhere on that thing. You could try to get cut, you wouldn't. Right? It's always like in some sand, mostly rubber, right? Everything's rubberized. You'll think it's mulch, and you're like, holy shit, that's rubber mulch. Oh my God. Your kid could fall from 12 feet in the air on his face and bounce right back up. Woo, all right, fine.
The boomers love it. Absolutely. We want the kids hurt.
Right? Not when we grew up. You knew. No, we had this thing, right?
The jungle gym.
Holy shit.
Look at this.
It's like 18 feet in the air, right? And don't let this picture fool you. That was cement on the ground. There's no grass.
You should have found a
Oh
pick
my
with
God,
cement.
man, if you fell off the top bar on this thing,
Listen to this
you're
stuff.
dead. You're dead. And then the janitor just came out and he drew a chalk line around you, right?
Joe. Too
Threw some
far.
sawdust on the blood stains, right?
Don't say
And then the
blood.
boomers like, we don't have blood. See, they're all laughing. It's wholesome. It's what they want. And then you're like, yeah, then the kid's dead. They're putting salt on the blood stains.
Right?
Listen.
Threw some sawdust on the blood stains, right? And the kickball game kept going. They didn't even stop it.
They quiet
They're like,
down
yeah,
for
the dead
that.
guy's
It's
the
too
ground rule double
extreme.
now, okay?
Listen to this.
And forget our slide, man. The slide, forget it.
We saw. Okay, see how they're. Oh, the slide. You can't do this bit without that slide. Right now, before he mentioned the slide, we both turned to each other and we went, "The metal slide." Let me guess. It had screws coming out of it. It was a death trap. He's doing the metal slide chunk. Listen.
And forget our slide, man. The slide, forget it, right?
The slide.
The metal slide from hell. This was treacherous, okay?
He's really doing
Stainless
it.
steel. It had about 80 steps to get to the top. You had to take a break. That's how high it was. You'd get halfway up. You're like,
It's happening.
is my parachute on tight? Okay. I'm going all the way. And you just climb all the way up to the top, right? And you're like, I'm going down it, right? Holy shit, stainless steel in 100-degree sunlight. If it was drizzling, steam was coming off it, right?
Joe,
you could have an omelet guy at the bottom of it, just freaking going. Hey, who got the mushrooms and peppers? And how about if you wore shorts? Oh! You went down that thing and your bare skin grabbed the hot metal. You had to tear your skin off.
Okay, yes, I love the Chacos. He's in the zone. He is. Thank you for
Do
noticing.
you want that one where he has the voiceover?
Oh, of course.
11:35.
Wait, let us hear how he wraps this up.
Tear your skin off.
Look at this.
And then the blood just oozed down the slide, right? And again, don't let that grass at the bottom fool you. There was no grass back when we grew up, okay? That was a puddle of acid rain. Just burnt your eyebrows off. You're like, should have gone down that slide, right? And our snow days were different, too.
Okay, you see this? So I guess his point is that he wishes his kids were constantly in the hospital and getting poisoned from these puddles under the slide. I don't know why you'd want that. That'd be pretty tough to deal with your busy career. All right, what's our next code here?
You can just go from this part.
Okay, let's hear this. So we're doing snow days now. I love this. I love the snow day stuff. We've got a nice picture of the school bus pulling up in the snow. This is a good one, yeah.
Right? And our snow days were different too, man. I can't take my daughter's school days, how much easier and not anxiety-provoking it is, right? Now you just get an automated call from the superintendent of schools, right? This is the superintendent of schools. To let you know, New Rochelle schools are closed today due to inclement weather.
I love that he lives in New Rochelle. I'm from New Rochelle. I mean, what the fuck is New Rochelle? Seriously. Have you heard of that?
Wasn't New Rochelle just featured in some movie in the last couple months?
I think so. Yes, we did see
and we
Joe
were like,
Matarese.
Oh,
yeah, they based it in New Rochelle.
Schools
Listen to this.
are closed today due to inclement weather that might happen. Son of a bitch, right? No, you know what we had to do, right?
I love
we
this.
were assigned a number for your county, right? And you had to sit there with some old ass AM radio, right? You could see one sitting on my black and white TV over there. You could see the set.
On the set.
Yeah, big old. Remember those things that would flip number by number? You had to sit there waiting for your number to be called, right? It was like you were playing Lotto.
Even the boomers are like, I don't really remember this system. No, I don't remember that at all. I've never heard of this before. So he's going to do a little act out here showing this system where I guess they had to wait by this device that was an AM radio that had numbers that turned old-fashioned, I don't know. And they would call your district's number to see if school was canceled. He's going to do a little act out. Watch this.
Just sit there waiting for your number to be called, right? It was like you were playing Lotto, right? You were like, come on. I still remember ours was 551, right? I'd be up there. I'd be like, all right, come on, 551. Let's do this shit. Come on, baby. I need you. I did not study at all last night. Come on. Come on.
Right? Watch what he does.
I got it boxed. I have it straight. I need it. 551, right?
Watch this.
And then without fail, this is what you'd hear, right?
Now from the KYW News Radio Storm Center, we have the school announcements. Camden County.
Okay, so he triggers a voiceover, and this is supposed to be this AM radio voice announcing the districts that were closed. However, there's no like AM radio voice filter, and in fact, it's just Joe Matarese's regular voice doing this voiceover that I think he could have just easily done himself live. Just watch this. Watch how he does this.
From the KYW News Radio Storm Center, we have the school announcements. Camden County, 440, 442, 443, 446, 447, 448, 550, 552, 553, 554.
Okay, yeah, like most comics would just do that all themselves, but that might have been too fast, too many numbers to memorize. He can't do the speed Eminem style verses here. So we thought that was very cute that he had the voiceover that really, you know, sounded just like his voice coming out of the mic. It wasn't very different.
Go to 2015. I thought this was literally the whole thing is amazing.
Yeah, it's very good. 2015. Oh, okay, this was weird. Listen to this.
Socially. Now, my son knows this kid in his school, right? This kid's like the best looking kid in the whole school, right? He's like great at all sports. This is him, right?
Shows this kid.
It's not really him, but that might as well be him, right?
Okay, so he's saying my son goes to school with this really attractive kid. Listen how he describes this kid that his son goes to school with. This could have been what got him restricted on YouTube.
School, right? He's like great at all sports. This is him, right? It's not really him, but that might as well be him, right? I don't want to put his real picture in here, but he looks like this. He's this little male model-looking kid walking around high school. Great in every sport, right? Super intelligent, gets straight A's. True stuff. This is true. His mom called me on the phone one day and goes, "Can your son hang out with my son? Because my son's having trouble meeting people because he's very socially awkward," she says. And I'm like, this guy? I'm like, when I was growing up, your son was having sex with the teachers. Right? And this is all their bedrooms now, right?
Okay, so we're sitting there going, wait. You don't know this kid, but you're describing him as, he's an Adonis. He's the most intelligent. He's great at every sport. So I'm guessing Joe would like pick his son up at school. He would see this
Popular
handsome kid. And then he kind of gave this kid a whole backstory about being. So he's shocked to learn that the really handsome boy that he saw at his son's school isn't popular. And I'm sure this kid wasn't even handsome.
That means, like, at first you think, oh, he picked up his son and there was an obvious popular kid, like the scene from Mean Girls, where you're like, oh, that's the biggest guy. He's the best. There's girls all over surrounding him. But then when you find out he's socially awkward, it's like, how did you pick out this kid as hot?
Yeah, why did you think he was such a hot hunk as like a little kid? I think you're just seeing this guy and you're just thinking he's a hunk. If he's, in fact, very socially awkward, he's probably not that much of a hunk of a kid, and I don't think he's as impressive as you're fantasizing. Now, is this the bit coming up where he talks about his son doing the deed?
I hope so.
Let's see what happens.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens.
Right?
There's a good one about his son.
You see it to the left and you see it behind me, or your right, whatever you do.
Oh, this is multimedia.
Yep.
This is their bedroom, right? They all have dual monitors.
His
right?
son,
they got that
15-year-old son.
headset with the mic, right? Looks like they're doing Monday Night Football right in their bedroom. It's 4th and 10. You're like, what are you doing, right? And everything's purple. They always have those LED lights, right?
And then it goes to LED.
Everything's purple in his room at all times. It looks like a Prince concert, right? But he's 14. He doesn't even know who Prince is, right? So every once in a while, just to mess with him, I just stuck my head in behind his closed door. They always close their doors, right? I just open it and I go, "Dearly beloved."
What? Look at his face. Look at his face.
And then I just pull my head back out.
You don't do that to your son. You're very
Wait about
nervous.
5 more minutes and I go, "Dearly beloved, we are gathered here for this thing called life."
The fuck?
He's like, "Dad, what the fuck are you doing?"
Yeah, exactly. What are you? Dearly beloved.
I'm like,
what is he getting at here? Because his son's room has a purple glow to it?
Must be an 80s reference we don't get.
Dearly beloved. His son's like, "Dad, what the fuck are you?" Yeah, what are you doing? Why are you popping into his room and saying this?
"I would die for you." And I just walk out. Just walk out.
Oh, a Prince? Is this a Prince reference?
Oh, probably.
I'll give it to him.
It was good. It was still good.
Darn these kids. I think it's stunting their sexuality.
Listen to this. Okay, so his son is 15. Imagine you're 15 years old. Your dad's this jerk. Okay, you're going to school. 15 is one of the hardest years. I hope it still is one of the hardest years for these snot-nosed kids. It should be. I hope when you're
They're
15.
all saying it's Prince.
Okay, Prince, great. Dearly beloved. Never heard of that. So, his son is 15. He's an actual living 15-year-old boy who goes to high school, and I hope his friends have already latched on to this Joe Matarese, this dad of his, because, I mean, if I went to school with a kid and there was all this content of his dad being this big jerk, I would be head over heels. I'd be showing everybody. I'd be really bullying this kid. Listen to what he does to his son, his poor son. He's already a fucking nerd in school. Watch what he does. He throws him under the bus with this bit.
Darn these kids. I think it's stunting their sexuality. Ooh, that's a deep one, huh?
It's sick.
I think it's stunting them sexually. Remember when we were young, if you smoked, they went, it's stunting your growth. I think phones and computers stunt them sexually. Because he's 14, he just turned 15 today. Today is my son's birthday. Where's the camera? Happy birthday, Luke!
Oh,
I'm shitting on you. I love you, buddy. I love him. But oh my God, because he's got full internet. And you know, if we grew up and we had that, right? There's every time I walk in, he's just freaking going with video games. Die, shoot, move, go.
I go, is he doing a misdirection here? I thought for sure he was going to be talking about how his son's watching porn, but no, he's making this point that every time he busts in his room, his son's playing video games on his dual monitor, even though he has access to the great internet filled with some of the best sites. Motherless.com, Xvideos, Xhamster, NNNX2. But no, he's just playing video games. So this is what Joe Matarese thinks he should reveal about his brand new 15-year-old son.
Every time I walk in, he's just freaking going with video games.
Right to
Die,
here.
shoot, move, go. I said go. What the fuck?
I think you could walk a naked woman right by my son's screen and it'd be like, move your tits! I can't see the bumper!
Okay. Listen,
Blocking the foxholes!
we're all laughing at your boy now.
If I had that capability when I was 14 and 15, every time you walked in, I'd have naked things I'd have to shut off 9 things. I'd be like,
You mean you'd have to close 9 pages? You're from the 80s. You didn't have 9 different devices with porn.
But he said if he had the capability.
Oh, if he had the... Okay, yeah, I'd have to shut off 9 things.
You don't
Okay.
make mistakes.
So your son's not shutting off 9 things. What is your son doing? Let's tell all of the other kids. Let's hear it.
I'd have to shut off 9 things. I'd be like, pulling my pants up like, just watching Disney again.
Watch this.
The Toy Story trilogy. Never, not once is he masturbating.
What the fuck? Never, not once has he masturbated. Is that something everybody at his school needs to know? That's dark, Joe.
Never, not once is he masturbating.
Imagine if your dad did this about you.
Come on, buddy. We got 5G.
Unbelievable. That's a great joke, by the way.
Right? And they
Your
don't even
son should try
appreciate what
watching
you
the
got
Pink
them either,
Opaque
right?
to find himself.
Yeah, your son might turn out trans because of how you just, what you just did to him there. That could be brutal. I mean, if these kids get a hold of that, he's not jerking off. He is gay like we thought. I mean, they could. Really, you set your son up for failure. I don't know why you would sabotage your son's reputation like that.
And they have TikTok. They can just clip this, and this could be
They
all
could
over
clip this.
TikTok.
Hey, get a load of Matarese's dad.
Well, should we see the big finale?
Yeah, let's see the finale. What do you got here?
01, 05, 10.
05, 10. Here's the finale of the Joe Matarese special. I highly suggest everybody go watch this. And remember, make sure to tell them it's been suppressed. This is the big ending. Thank you for being here. Let's watch.
Your mullet. I think it's because my mom was a hairdresser, right? But she wasn't like a real hairdresser, like a pro, right? She was one of those mom hairdressers, right? That had the hairdressing chair in the basement of our house, one of these things, right? And she's bringing people in from the neighborhood for perms and trims. True shit, still to this day. My mom goes, do not talk about that in your comedy, okay? I could get in trouble.
I'm like, yeah, Ma, that's the cops' #1 priority, yeah. Screw the war on drugs and terrorism. Let's nail Mary Ann Matarese. Illegal perms from 81 to 85.
Good night, everybody.
Good
Thank you so much.
Joe. You did it. You did it. Look what he's doing. Spraying cologne. Isn't that Sebastian's thing? He's spraying cologne all over you? He's on fire. Watch this.
Thank you so much for watching my special all the way until the end. You have no idea how much that means to me. If you thought the special was great, I'd love it if you would share it with a friend. I'm always working on new shows and different ideas, and if you want to be up to date with everything that I'm doing in my career, the best way to do that is sign up for my newsletter. It's where I send monthly updates with new shows and everything that's inspiring me at the moment. And you can find that link right in the description, or you can go right to my YouTube bio and follow the link there.
Well, yeah, and then it cuts back to the stage. Bloopers, everybody.
Oh, that's going to cut together well.
You know, this is interesting. Look, he's doing the bloopers, and look at all the credits scrolling by. He had like 30 different people working on this project. Let's hear some of those bloopers.
I'm doing a special down here. I just had to quiet.
Look at all the people involved in this.
You could say it out loud. Do you want me to dry that wet shit? I know how crazy he is. He'll be like, dude, the whole show was great, and then you spilled water, and I can't edit anything else together. You got to hire us again. It's another
bloopers are bombing, but look at all these. Does Joe Quartanarato, the camera operator, know that this is sitting at 926 views suppressed?
This deserves way more. He put a lot of work into this.
Look at you got production. I mean, you got a whole cast and crew here.
$100,000. Do you need me to dry that shit? Be honest. I knew it!
Jib by Cinerig.
I was OC.
These guys love jibs. He actually went out and got a jib, unlike Denny. I don't know if you rent a piece of equipment, do you have to give them a credit? Or do you just want people to know that you did, in fact, get a jib for this? Pretty fun. Jib by Cinerigs. Well, did they give it to you for free? Why are you giving them this shout out?
ED, all right. Like
First
someone's shutting off my comedy special right now. Did you see that? There's water there now. Shut this shit off.
Production assistant.
Get me one of those. Adam, my manager.
Another production assistant.
Towels. Because he said those are good. You need the black.
I mean, there's like more people who worked on this than he has views for this fucking thing. Do they know? Well, there it was. Joe Matarese. Mullets and mixtapes. It's a good one. Let us know what happens. I would really love to hear from Joe. Did we have anything else with Joe? Or was that it?
That was pretty much it.
No